From a young age, pilots have always been our heroes. In the words of Chuck Yeager, it's the man, not the machine. We're going to put you in the cockpit and show you how to start to play Check Your Six. Check Your Six can be played in an evening with any number of players. It is designed as a historical simulation with mechanisms for quick and easy play. The game focuses on the most important aspect of air combat, aircrew skill. Of course, technical differences between aircraft are very important, and players will find all the great aircraft of World War II are represented. The best part of Check Your Six is you don't need a lot of equipment to play, and it's also very quick to set up. Here's what you need. First, you'll need aircraft models. Use any scale you'd like. If you like to paint, 1/600 and 1/300 models are readily available. You can also find a wide range of pre-painted 1/72 scale aircraft. You'll also need a hex mat, an assortment of dice, some flight stands, and a set of the rules. Now we're going to play one of our favorite scenarios, the Swede. We're going to teach you some of the fundamentals of Check Your Six, like pilot skill, agility, and aircraft robustness. Scenarios are the basis for most Check Your Six games. Each scenario is based on a historical engagement. The scenario sheet includes engagement location and time, historical background, victory conditions, and scenario rules. Scenario rules complement or supersede the basic rules. The sheet also includes a map and an aftermath section describing how the battle historically ended. Finally, the scenario also lays out the opposing forces, their setup, and the variable rules for each side. Now, let's fill out the aircraft record sheet. As an example, CB will fill out the aircraft record sheet for his 0. CB first fills in the aircraft blank with some identifying feature of the model. In this case, he will note the aircraft has a blue band on the fuselage. Then, he will enter his aircrew skill, in this case, +0, a green pilot. Then, he fills in the ratings for the aircraft's move chart, maximum speed, and agility. He next fills in the weapons. A 0 has 2 low-velocity cannons and 2 light machine guns. And finally, the robustness rating. Each aircraft attribute is explained in the rules. You'll need to fill out an aircraft record sheet for each fighter that you're playing with. Now, we're ready to play. We're going to show you what 2 turns of Check Your Six looks like. In this situation, both planes start their move flying roughly parallel at tactical altitude level 1 and at speed 3. First, in the move plotting phase, both players choose and plot their moves. CB decides not to change altitude and to brake left. He notes this by writing L for level flight in the maneuver column and by noting L34 in the turn code column. I plot level flight and choose the L32, a more gradual turn, in an attempt to get a shot on the 0. In the movement phase, CB moves first since his 0 has a +0 green aircrew. In Check Your Six, less experienced aircrew move first. CB executes his move, looking on his move chart and following the move for the L34 turn code. As he finishes his move, he may adjust his speed, and in this case decides to maintain his speed at 3. My airplane, the Swede, moves second, since he is a +3 ace aircrew and more experienced. Seeing CB's turn to the left, I decide to execute pilot reaction. Skilled, veteran, and ace aircrew may change their turn codes in reaction to aircraft that move before them. In this case, I decide to change my turn code from L32 to an L34 and move on to CB's tail. Since I'm moving at maximum speed and did a level flight turn, I must decrease my speed by 1 and so have an ending speed of 2. Now that the moves are finished, we're going to move into the fire phase, and I'm going to take a shot on that 0. I fire first by finding out my base to hit. In this case, since the range is 3 hexes, the base to hit is 7 or higher on 2d6. For modifiers, we compare the 2 aircraft skills, giving me +3. I'm 3 better than his 0 aircrew. Then we compare the agility of the 2 aircraft, giving me a -2. His 0 is 2 better than my Dauntless. Combined, I get to add 1 to my die roll. I then roll the dice, rolling a 6, but adding 1. thereby achieving the required 7 or higher for my guns to be on target. Now that my guns are on target, I roll to determine how many firepower points that I score. For my roll, the combined total of the dice is 9, putting me on the 6 to 10 attacking firepower column. Since I am within 3 hexes of the target, I shift 1 column to the right, putting me on the 11 through 15 column. Since the 0 has a robustness 0, CB will need to roll a 9 or higher to prevent damage or destruction. CB rolls the dice and luckily rolls a 10. If CB would have rolled doubles, he would have had to roll on the lucky hit table. Now that we're finished with turn 1, we're going to move on to turn 2. Since the Dauntless is now tailing the 0, we start with CB plotting his move, then revealing some general information about it to me. CB does not want to be fired on again. He decides to plot an Immelmann left special maneuver. All right, CB, I'm on your 6. I'm tailing you. What's your move?
I'm going to climb and move forward.
Since CB told me that he was going to climb and go forward, I decide to plot a similar move, with a climb maneuver and an F21L turncode. CB executes his move, moving 1 hex forward, then orienting his plane to the left. Since he executed an Immelmann, he adjusts his final speed to a 1 and then adds 1 to his altitude. I did not expect an Immelmann. If I were to execute the move I plotted without pilot reaction, I would put myself right in his gun sight. I decide to execute a pilot reaction and change my turn code from F21L to F21R, putting the Swede in a perfect position to fire, but taking the Dauntless out of CB's firing arc. Today, we've explained some of the details of the exciting Check Your 6 rules. We hope you enjoy playing the game as much as we've enjoyed creating it. Don't forget, have fun, good hunting, and check your 6. Check Your 6 is available at most quality vendors worldwide. The rules have been released with 3 accompanying scenario books. Over the Channel, Battle of Britain, features 18 scenarios for recreating Great Britain's finest hour. Guadalcanal, the Cactus Air Force and Operation Ka, features a unique paragraph campaign system, the same system used in the Flying Tigers campaign in the Check Your 6 rulebook, and has 9 paragraph-linked scenarios for recreating the epic fight over Guadalcanal between August and September 1942. Falcon of the Duce, first in the series of Greatest Ace books, follows the career of famed Italian ace Franco Lucchini in the Mediterranean from 1940 to 1943. This book features 16 action-packed scenarios.